What's up, y'all? I said, what's up, y'all? Look at me when I'm talking to you, bro. Nah, I'm just messing with y'all, man. This your boy Knockout Boxing 86 TV, and we in here. So check this out, bro. Before I get going on our video, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new here, share the video, turn on your notifications, and go follow me on Twitter at KOBoxing86TV. And if you got a breakdown or a prediction you want me to do, knockoutboxing86 at yahoo.com is the email address. And don't forget about our live shows. We live every Wednesday and Thursday night at 7:30 p.m. Central Time. We live every Sunday morning with the Singing OG KQKC Boxing Network. Sunday mornings, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. But let's go ahead and get it popping. Let's get into our video. And today, we got to talk about Errol Spence, Danny Garcia, mental health, adversity, making excuses. You know, we unpack it. They had a back and forth on Twitter. I'm going to read to you kind of they back and forth what each person said, and then we're going to get to it. Let's get it, bro. All right, so Errol Spence started it off, right? He said, Danny and his pops need to stop making excuses of why they lost to me. Nobody trying to hear that shit, right? Then he said, the extra weight feel good, LOL, talking about Danny because Danny was moving around, you know, all of that stuff. But then he says, people trying to figure out how they going to pay their mortgage or rent every month, etc. Like I said, I don't give a F about none of that. I don't care who think what about what. F. I care about a rich being depressed. I'm sure my elders felt worse than me. Because Danny Garcia was talking about mental illness and all that stuff in the ring after the fight. Then, Danny Garcia says, at Errol Spence Jr., no excuses. I said you won fair and square. You were the better man that night. Anxiety and depression is real and can affect you. It don't have nothing to do with being rich. Respect, 100. Errol says, it was mostly, and he responded to Danny, he said it was mostly directed at your pops for his comments on why you lost like I wasn't coming back from something. And you're right, it doesn't. Respect to you, though, for talking about it and showing that side, something that most of us won't or not ready to do. So, this whole back and forth, you got some people that are shitting on Danny Garcia. You got some people that are shitting on Errol Spence. I fall kind of in the middle, bro. Like, so here's the thing. Was Danny Garcia having mental health issues before the Errol Spence fight? He didn't express them before the fight. And so, I hate to say it, but it's kind of like injuries in that regard. Like, if you hurt, then don't fight. Because if you go in and fight, or you go somewhere and you compete, ain't nobody trying to hear what injuries that you had if you get your ass whooped in competition. So, I'm not saying Danny Garcia didn't have mental health issues, that he don't suffer from anxiety. But before he got in the ring with Errol Spence, he was saying he was in the best shape of his life. He was talking that shit like he was going in there to do something. But now here we are, he's talking about mental health and things like that. You got to also remember, Danny Garcia was saying things like he was 50% in the fight against Errol Spence after he lost. His pops was making excuses about why they lost. They were even saying before the Jose Benavidez fight, hey man, we would love that fight again with Errol Spence. Remember that I said that, because it's going to come back up later in this video. Before he fought Jose Benavidez, they wanted a rematch with Errol Spence. They were saying that they wanted smoke with him again. They felt like that they could win, right? For the Errol Spence side of it, it's like, bro, like, I feel you. Like, ain't nobody giving you, I ain't going to say ain't nobody, because his fans give him credit. A lot of people ain't giving you credit for the win over Danny Garcia. A lot of people, Danny Garcia and Angel Garcia himself, were saying things that would lead you to believe that they were making excuses. And so, I understand the want to like fire back at that shit, bro, but Danny Garcia, you know, crying in the ring, he seemed sincere, seemed like he had dealt with a lot. That's something Errol probably should have just let slide, bro. Because just like people criticize your victory and make excuses for for, oh, Errol only won because of this, or Errol ain't fought this type of fight. Like, people that don't rock with you, bro, they gonna find any and everything. Whereas people do the same thing to your current adversary, your current rival that we all hope you get to fight. They do the same thing to Terrence Crawford. He put a tweet out because people, when Danny Garcia was fighting Jose Benavidez, it was some people that was acting like Jose Benavidez was, cool. He was himself. He was looking good. Like, Danny was beating the best version of Jose Benavidez we had ever seen. And so Bud was like, shit, he got 2 legs now that he ain't fighting me. Now, me, I'm like, hell nah, he had 1 leg the whole time. Like, he had 1 leg against Danny Garcia. That's why Danny Garcia, for the first time in a long time, he actually looked like Danny Swift Garcia, because he was fighting somebody that couldn't move. So, I don't agree with that. I feel like he had 1 leg against Terrence Crawford. He had 1 leg against Danny Garcia. That's why I maintain, if you go check the content, the morning after show with me and KQKC, I said, look, great performance from Danny. He did his thing, but I don't think he can compete at the top of the 154-pound division. Who at the top you putting him in there with, and you confident he can beat them, bro? I don't think, and none of those guys. When I say top, I'm talking Sebastian Fundora, Tim Tszyu, Jermell Charlo, Erickson Lubin. Hell, he'd have issues with that young prospect that they got over at the PBC, Jesus Ramos. It's a difficult-ass fight for Danny Garcia, bro. Brian Castano, like, dog. Alright, you know what I'm saying? So, beating Jose Benavidez didn't really do that. But back to Errol and Danny. At the end, they showed respect to each other. Simple misunderstanding. And I do gotta say this, though, about Danny, bro. Like, he's saying, no excuses. I said you won fair and square. You were the better man that night. That's not what he was saying leading up to the fight, bro. Like, I just got to be real with y'all. Leading up to the fight with Jose Benavidez, he was like, I was 50% of myself. I feel like I can win. If I'm really myself, I can beat Errol Spence. I want the rematch. But here's the telling sign, bro, and this is why you got to pay attention to everything. Here's the telltale sign. After Danny Garcia beat Jose Benavidez Jr., after he beat him, he started talking about Keith Thurman and shit. He didn't want to fight Errol Spence no more. He didn't say, I want that Errol Spence rematch. He didn't want that shit. And I keep telling y'all, bro, y'all going, like, all these fighters, when they got a fight coming up, you'll notice they won't smoke with everybody. When they have a fight coming up, they'll fight this guy, they'll fight that guy. They want to avenge this loss, they want to avenge that loss. Same with Jose Benavidez, bro. Before the fight, before Jose Benavidez fought Danny Garcia, the one I really want to get back is Terrence Bud Crawford. I really want to fight Terrence Bud Crawford again. Alright, cool. After your Danny Garcia fight, where are the clips of him after the fight still calling for Terrence Crawford? Where they at? Somebody put them in the comments. Drop a link or some shit. So, the fact that Danny Garcia ain't calling for the fight now that he free, he ain't saying that he want Errol Spence no more. After he had his fight with Jose Benavidez, the fact that Jose Benavidez, he ain't saying he want Terrence Crawford no more, now that he done got finished fighting Danny Garcia, that lets you know that neither one of those guys wanted smoke with either of them, bro. They was just talking because they knew they had a fight coming up. And they were trying to sell their fight by using those guys' names. I would just say for Errol Spence, bro, you ain't got to jump on everybody and shit. Mental health is real, but, just use it as motivation. If somebody ain't giving you credit, him and Bud, if somebody ain't giving you credit for beating somebody's ass, then shit. Just keep beating people's ass until they do give you credit. But I'm glad that Danny Garcia and Errol Spence looks like they were able to hash it out. They showed each other respect. And at the end of the day, if you're making the argument that Errol was insensitive, that's cool. I ain't gonna argue with you there. But I'm saying it was a little bit of both. Errol might have been a little bit insensitive to what Danny Garcia had going on, but Danny Garcia and his pops was making a lot of excuses leading up to the fight when they wasn't talking about, they wasn't talking like that before they were fighting Errol Spence. And then they wanted all the smoke. They made all these excuses. We lost because of this. We lost because of that. But then after you beat Jose Benavidez, now you don't want to fight Errol no more. So I feel where both parties is coming from. I'm glad they were able to figure it out. But you know, let me know what y'all think, man. You know what I'm saying? Comment down below, subscribe to the channel, share the video, turn on your notifications, and please go follow me on Twitter at KOBoxing86TV for breakdowns and predictions. KnockoutBoxing86@yahoo.com is the email. And don't forget about our live show. I go live every Wednesday and Thursday night, 7:30 p.m. Central Time. I'm also live every Sunday morning with the Singing OG KQKC Boxing Network. Sunday morning is 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. I appreciate y'all watching the video. Enjoy the rest of your day. And with that, we out of here. Peace, y'all.